Welcome to Spartan Sports Network for today's Section 3 flag football contest as the East Syracuse Manoa Spartans welcome the Oneida Express alongside Tanner Jace. Trevor, how are we doing today?
I'm doing pretty good tonight. You know, I'm excited. Honestly, this is going to be a game to watch, you see, because Oneida is currently undefeated, and ESM is definitely
Once again,
trying
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Spartan Stadium. At this
Get back
time, we
onto
would
the
ask
winner
that
board.
you please
We'll be back
rise.
with you out after
Gentlemen, remove
the
your caps for the playing
anthem
of our national anthem.
Welcome back to Spartan Stadium here on Spartan Sports Network. Alongside Trevor McDonald, I am Tanner Jace. We alluded to it earlier in the pregame. Oneida, they come in 7-0 on the season. They're currently coming off a win to JD. With the Spartans, they played JD the last time out as well. Very similar opponents for each other. JD and ESM ended in a tie. So the Spartans currently come into today's contest 1-2-1.
Which is definitely a record that you honestly don't want, and a huge win here would definitely boost Spartan momentum and also show everybody in the section that ESM is a team that you should not play or mess around with.
Spartans will start on offense for the first time today. That's a triple option look with Licata as the center. And it's a handoff to Marcus, and Marcus on the far side gets past the 20, and it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Spartans.
Honestly, a pretty good overall starting run here.
Taking it slow, taking it simple. Spartans get a fresh set of downs off the bat. Ainsley Winans is back in today's lineup. The last time we were live here on Spartan Sports Network for flag football, she was not playing. She's currently in the backfield with Marcus and Licata. And this time it goes right back to Marcus. Marcus bounces it, at least tries to bounce it to the near side, but flag is pulled around inside the 40.
Huge thing is just acceleration here. That's one of the things that is a little difficult about flag, is that generally you do not have a line that blocks you. I mentioned this last time we were broadcasting this, both of us, but it definitely leaves an impact when you don't have a line that can push people out of the way.
Licata fakes to Marcus and Winans on the direct draw and is brought down once again inside the 40. It will be a loss of about 2 yards on the play.
Madeline Kuzlas with the sack there. Two running backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it to Winans. Winans cuts upfield. Winans does a spin move, falls down. Flag gets pulled. Going to be a close one. It's not. I don't think it's going to be exactly a first down.
And it is.
Oh, it is a first down. Well, never mind.
Two different types of playing styles for both teams. Oneida, if you look at their record, they light up the scoreboard. They put tons of points up on the board. ESM, They like to play it slow. They like to use the clock. They like long possessions and usually fewer scores. So once again, Licata back in the triple option set. Negated the handoff to Winans, hands it off to Marcus, and it's going to get past the 35-yard line.
It was good 6 yards on the play there. That's one of the things I've noticed too, is that these ESM games have not really had high scoring from their offense. And personally, I think that's going to be a huge thing that they need to do currently. If they can keep the ball, manage the clock, and make sure that Oneida's offense doesn't pop off every single possession, it would definitely help out the team a lot.
First time the Spartans go out of the triple option look. Winans on the direct handoff. Gets inside the 35, close to the 30-yard line, so it's going to be third down. Well, and mentioned it against Liverpool. Not necessarily points, but the triple option look gave them really good possessions. And Winans once again off the triple option look. Gets around the edge. Winans is brought down inside the 30, around the 25-yard line, and it's going to be 5 yards to go for a fresh set of downs.
I think one of the big things about that triple option, too, is then flag, you have to fake out the team a lot. Because if you have 3 people running after you right as you hand off the ball, you're probably not going to gain yards.
Well, and if you look at it right now, Winans and Marcus have had tons of space here on the first drive to open up. And if you think about it already, we're now at the 8:09 mark here in the first quarter. So it's a 4-minute drive that's only been roughly about 6 plays.
3 wide receivers to the right.
Licata, hands off. Winans can't get around the defender. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Spartans. And Oneida will get their first crack on offense today.
Tiny bit of a strange play call there. But at the same time, I'm not the coach. I do not have the expertise.
The Express head out on offense for the first time today, as we immediately get a look with 3 receivers to the right. 2 tailbacks.
Motion.
So a little bit of a. We talked about deception and the importance of that here in flag football, and immediately Oneida goes with a motion to flip the field. Flag goes on down. The play. They go deep right away. That's Alex DeGroat, the senior under center for the Express. Alexis DeGroat.
And they call false start on Oneida. I could kind of tell that was about to happen. You saw there was like 3 different motions that just took place on that play. When stuff like that happens, it kind of is a little more difficult to not false start. It's definitely a penalty that ESM's defense definitely wanted there.
DeGroat lines up with 2 receivers to the right and the left. It's now a 5 wide look.
Alone in the backfield.
With some communication at the line. 2 on the play clock. DeGroat rolls left, looks left. That one is in some traffic, but is off the hands of Kaylee French.
Maddie Shep on the coverage right there. Like we mentioned earlier, Oneida is already going very much pass heavy to start this game. No running back in the backfield. 4 wide receivers. He looks, throws.
And that was deflected by Pease in a potentially a pick off the tip, but Pease just a little too far out of the hands for that one. So after the penalty, 2 passes. The Express, they do like to push the ball downfield, so they will stay in this 5 wide look a lot here today.
I was about to say, there's not much you can do here unless just try and throw the ball down.
Oneida goes with a tailback here. DeGroat pitches it back, but Winans pulled the flag of DeGroat. And it looks like they will call it for where Winans will be credited with the tackle. So it was an option look there. DeGroat got a few yards before eventually pitching that off to Callias.
I was about to say, Higgins, if she had just a tiny bit earlier through the pitch back, she probably would have gotten a couple extra yards, but great play overall by Winans there.
Momentary dispute on the field with a rules check. Have to get to the 40. And Oneida elects to punt. And this one,
that's a pretty good punt right there.
Forces Pease to go back, and it bounces and stays around the 20-yard line. And that's where the Spartans will start their second offensive possession of the day.
Honestly, this is going... Obviously, there wasn't a score earlier on, but this is a huge thing for ESM's defense. Oneida passes the ball, and they score. If you can stop their scoring and if you can stop their passes, it's going to make it a lot easier to make this game extremely sort of gritty, like ESM's girls flag football team. Two wide receivers to the left, two wide receivers to the right. Licata alone in the backfield, looks around. Flag.
Most likely will be an illegal motion or an illegal formation. Marcus, actually that was Rem, correction, came from the near side. Came from, it looks like went in motion before the snap.
Definitely looked like they were trying to do a sort of jet pass there. But it did not end up happening. There's some talk currently about the play. And it'll be illegal blocking on the offense. Two costly starting penalties for both teams to start off their drives. Pushes ESM back a little bit. Actually pushes them back about 10 yards overall.
First down still at the 40, so it's going to be roughly about 25 yards to get a fresh set of downs here with 5:40 to go in the first. Licata hands that one off to Marcus, and the flag is pulled in the backfield. It'll be more of a yardage loss for the Spartans.
That's just a defensive play right there. Second down. One of the things is that even though you have a while before the first down, running on first down there isn't really an issue, right? You try and gain some yards, then next time maybe gain some more if you run again or pass, but now it becomes a choice of rather passing or running at the moment. And you see it's a rush. Winans up the middle. Winans keeps going, runs it to her own. Now there's a flag.
There is a possibility that this is on the Spartans because of the contact made. There is no blocking allowed. So we'll see what the discussion here is between the referees. It will be. So the conduct penalty will push the Spartans back even further to around the goal line. Actually, it won't. So it's a goal and distance penalty.
It's definitely a penalty that is very unfortunate, mainly because you could tell it wasn't like on purpose. You saw Winans run into her own teammate, which ended up causing this, and now in the backfield,
Licata hits the flat. Marcus will be brought down. Actually, that's Rem. In on the catch, brought down around the 15-yard line. So it'll be third down in some yards to go.
Big thing here for me personally, I would definitely, if I was choosing wide receiver routes, I'd definitely have a post currently, but Winans with the run.
And Winans is going to be brought down past the 20, so just some space for the punt unit after the early penalties in the drive. 3:54 to go here in the first quarter. Oneida will get the ball back. Once again, an early penalty on their offensive possession stalled out their drive. And actually, Winans now back at punter.
Ball goes
And
up.
that one is booted near the 20-yard line. So a great boot from Winans forces Oneida back into their own territory.
Big thing for ESM right now is just containing Oneida, basically. If they keep with good coverages and monitor the wide receivers, this could definitely be a sort of game like we saw against Central Square earlier on this season, where it's a lot of just who can make an impact first on offense.
Tailback look for the Express here. DeGroat hands it up the middle, and Merritt brings down Galuias. So it's going to be second down. Just past the 20-yard line. DeGroat again hands this one. This one reverses it. Ball carrier is Tatum Marsh on the reverse.
Winans with the flag grab there.
Trips to the left for DeGroat. Drops back to throw. DeGroat looking up the sideline off the wheel route and just over the receiver. That was Emmeline Pebbles as the targeted receiver.
Once again, ESM's defense takes their time and is able to get a stop. One of the things I noticed too is that ESM, a lot of the times they do not focus. What I'm trying to say is where they have their sort of defensive backs. A lot of time they have them in a sort of sub-linebacker position where they can play a mixture of both, which overall has been pretty good so far.
So the false start on the special teams unit for Oneida will give the Spartans a better starting field position as the ball was downed inside the 30-yard line. Actually, the Spartans will just decline the penalty, and it will be spotted from its original marking. The third offensive possession for the Spartans here in the quarter. We're down to a minute 53. And Licata sets up in the shotgun with Winans as the tailback and trips to the right. It's a direct shuffle in the pitch from Licata's behind Winans, and that one falls to the turf. So it will be a loss of yardage on the play for the Spartans.
Definitely not a play that you want to see that does not have an impact. Winans has been really good on the year, but on that play specifically, that's just miscommunication at its finest.
Okada in the triple option set once again. Marcus on the handoff is going to be brought down for a loss of yardage. So once again, 2 straight plays, 2 plays of loss. So the Spartans have to get to the 45-yard line, so around midfield for a set of first down, as we're now under a minute here in the quarter, as we're knotted up at 0 apiece. And with a 10 on the play clock, the Spartans are going to have to run a play, maybe possibly 2 more plays before the quarter. And in that case, it would be the punt. Licata drops back to throw. That one's picked off through the hands of Winans, and it goes the other way, but Licata with a touchdown-saving tackle as Marciano Perez flips the downs, and Oneida is going to be set up in good field position right before the end of the quarter.
I mean, that's just a huge mistake right there. You're trying to throw the ball quickly on that play, and you know, one of those things is that not only it was a little too high, passed through the receiver's hands, landed right into the defensive backs. Definitely not a play that you'd want to see if you're an ESN fan.
So to go, sets up in a 5-wide set. To grow, looking back to throw, dropping back. That one's caught on the near side, bounced up midfield, and brought down past the 15-yard line. Kaylee French on the reception. So that will do it. As we're now at 5 seconds here in the quarter. Oneida does line up, but that will do it. So after 1 quarter of play, we are tied at 0. Oneida will open up the second quarter in enemy territory, looking to get the first points of the night.
Come on, right? Oh, come on! Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there. Terrible!
You know, I'm a person too.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Back out of the quarter break here on Spartan Sports Network. We're tied at 0 with Oneida driving down the field after the ASM turnover. It'll be first down and goal to go for the Express. DeGroot lines up 5 wide under center.
Has the
Pressure
ball
brought. Pease brings the pressure. She's got the flag. And then we're going to get a flag on the end of the play when French and Shep collided. But if Pease got the tackle off before the throw, flag's negated. And it's... So it looks like DeGroot did get the ball off before the tackle, and Shep will be credited with the pass interference call. This moves the Express inside the 10-yard line, right outside the 5.
Definitely makes it a lot easier to score here. Definitely sucks too, because Pease had a really great play right there. Was able to get in, make sure, got the sack there, but it was negated because of the pass interference.
DeGroat, 5 wide look once again. DeGroat rolls right, will rush herself right, and is brought down by Winans.
One running back in the backfield. Wide receiver to the, 2 wide receivers to the left. Wait, 3 wide receivers to the left. 2 to the right. Looks around, surveys the field, rushes up. Flag is grabbed by Pease.
About a yard short of the line to the goal line. So it'll be 3rd down and about a yard to go. Oneida sets up in a bit of a bunch set with trios to the right. DeGrow immediately on the draw, but Merritt brings her down in the backfield. It'll be a huge loss of game as it's now 4th down and goal.
Huge play right there by the defense of ESM. Obviously, they're going to go for it here, but now it's just the choice of what do you do here?
Wouldn't shock me if they go back to a 5-wide look here. Huleus actually lines up at tailback. DeGrow. Oh, it's a direct snap to Calais and brought down before the line to gain for the goal line. It's a turnover on downs for the Express.
Just great awareness by the defense right there, making sure that they're looking at the entire play in that moment, obviously not being baited once the center snapped it to the running back instead of the quarterback on that play.
Eternity doing a great job of just getting into the backfield for the Spartans and causing the turnover. So we're still tied here at 0-0. Licata. Direct snap, tries to, actually bounces it left with some space. Licata's going to be brought down inside the 10 or outside the 15-yard line. And now we've got a flag on the field. Or actually, correction, Licata's flag was on the field, but it was thrown like an actual flag. So Licata lines up in the shotgun with Winans as the tailback. It's a direct snap, the pitch over to Winans, and is brought down around the line of scrimmage. Albertina in on the stop for the Express. It's now 3rd down.
Definitely a play that if you kind of look at it, quarterback Licata probably would have gained a couple extra yards if she didn't pitch it back, but if that was the designed play, then there's not much you can really do about that there.
Licata once again lines up in the shotgun with Winans as the tailback. Draw again over to Winans. And Winans is brought down right around the line of scrimmage again, maybe gained about a yard or 2 on the play. So it's now 4th down, just outside the 20. And Coach Keyser will send the special teams unit out on the field for the Spartans.
Definitely ESM wanted something a little bit more explosive there, but it's still 0-0. You're doing this. You're keeping Oneida at bay, even though they've been one of the top scoring teams in general.
And we got
what we've seen.
And we got the ladder play on the punt by the Express. Julius gets it off the pitch, gets around to the 30-yard line. Actually, correction, did not get to the 30-yard line. Wrapped up just past the 35 on the 34. So DeGroat sets up in a 5-wide look for the Express here. DeGroat over outside to French. French makes a move. French brought down past the 30, right around the 25-yard line.
Honestly, a good contested catch right there. Jumped up in the air, caught the ball. Was able to do a tiny bit of a spin move, but was grabbed. Flag was grabbed by 2 ESM defenders.
Bunch set here for the Express. DeGroat takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls right and off the hands of Bailey Rem. DeGroat was looking downfield, possibly enough for the first down. It's now 3rd down to go.
Defense has definitely been showing up today overall.
DeGroat fakes the handoff once again, rolls out right, will have to get some yards herself at peace with the great tackle at the 25-yard line. So Oneida on 4th down, 5 yards outside, 5 yards needed for a first down. The Express offense stays out onto the field.
Some movement currently.
Quads. DeGroat will have to go back, so it's kind of a screen setup. That's enough for the first. French gets some space and more. Flag thrown out on the field. French will be short, brought down near the 5-yard line. So almost a screen look there from the Express. Doing a great job of just clearing it out. There was 4 receivers to the left. And it originally looked like DeGroat wanted to go right, but just great anticipation back to French out towards the left. And great yardage play by the Express.
It was definitely a decision that paid off. You could definitely tell she analyzed the field, had enough time, and wasn't scared of the pressure.
And we would be miscorrected. Originally thought that the flag at the end might have potentially been on the Spartans on the wrap-up, but no, it's going to be on Oneida. So the yardage, not much of a pushback for Oneida, though, on the penalty call. They're going to be right outside the 15-yard line.
Still is a first down, however.
So the play call does work. A fresh set of downs for Oneida, as once again they're right back to the look. DeGroat, middle of the field, that ball is caught, but the flag is thrown in the backfield. The receiver on the play was Kendall Gallagher.
Seemed as if there might be a holding call on ESM. Never mind.
It's actually going to be an illegal block. So 2 penalties on back-to-back plays for Oneida here. Pushes them back after the great gain by Kaylee French. So now duos to the right and to the left for DeGroat. Colias lines up in the backfield.
Penalties have definitely been the theme of the night.
It's now trips to the left. Merritt bringing pressure. DeGroat rolls left. Ball down field off the fingertips of French. It's now 2nd down.
Just a little bit too far to the left. Wide receiver was going right, had to quickly change, wasn't able to get there in time. This secondary of ESM has definitely been having a huge impact on the game so far.
5-wide look once again. DeGroat looking left. Downfield. Caught by French. Touchdown Express.
And Oneida hears my comment. Decides to decides to look at me and say, try me, and gets the touchdown right
Oneida
there.
touchdown by number 11, Kaylee French.
Good overall pass. The slight movement by Shep as the defender, looking back at the quarterback, started to have some separation once she looked back before she could do anything. It was a touchdown.
And for the point after, it's good. Flag thrown on the field. But it was that same that look with the box look. So another penalty. This time a penalty on the
2-point
Spartans on
conversion is
defense.
good, so with 4:42 to go in
So
the
it's
half,
actually a 2-point
Oneida
conversion.
leads
So
8-0.
Oneida now leading 8-0. Sends the Spartans offense back out there with 4:42 to go.
Huge thing now is for ESM to respond back. Honestly, for the first half of play for this game, ESM has not done that much on offense in general. And one of those things, and play begins. High throw, almost intercepted, but it was dropped by the Oneida defender.
Pebbles possibly had an interception on that one just off the fingertip. So it's now second down after the Oneida score for the Spartans.
Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Two running backs in the backfield.
Winans brought down past the 20-yard line. So third down here for the Spartans. The last few possessions after their first two possessions were a bit on the longer side. Just doing a great job of setting up the drive. It's been two quick possessions for ESM here, as it's now third down with the first down marker at the 20-yard line. Licata fakes it, and that one just out in front of Winans.
Just way too far ahead.
So that will send out the ESM punting unit once again. Winans today with two good punts. Pushing has done a great job of forcing Oneida to create long drives. A little chip punt is going to bounce past midfield, and it's going to be picked up near the 30. And it looks like Pebbles was trying to get the pitch off and was not able to. Marsh was a little bit in front of that one, so it wouldn't have been a backwards pitch. But ball does get to the midfield, past the midfield line for Oneida.
I was about to say, if she did pass it forward, that kind of would give ESM an advantage, because obviously it wasn't a backwards pass, wouldn't have even worked.
So to grow in the Oneida offense back out on the field here. 2:52 to go in the first half. Oneida leading by 8. DeGroat sets up in the shotgun. Trips to the right. And it's a handoff to Callias up the middle, and Winans on the tackle. Callias does get past midfield, so about maybe a possible 2-yard gain. Actually, no, it's going to get back. Callias gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Winans definitely putting some work in at the line of scrimmage currently. He's gotten a bunch of good tackles so far in this game.
So it's a box look on the far side once again for Oneida. DeGroat just tosses that one to the flag to French. French, middle of the field, brought down by Rem just outside the 30-yard line.
It was almost another trick sort of screenplay you saw there.
Yeah, but this time just the straight dump off though. Just the quick dump off out to the flat, and French having to do most of the legwork this time. And we've now officially hit the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
And just as a reminder, it's not your traditional 2-minute warning. It is just a reminder of 2 minutes left on the game clock here in the half. So with a 1:58 to go, it's going to be 3rd down for Oneida as they look to put more points up on the board before half. Oneida back to the 5-wide look. DeGroat looking downfield. That one's picked off. Marcus is going to was brought down immediately.
Just a great defensive play from Marcus right there, tracking the ball.
So Oneida pushing the ball downfield once again. So an opportunity here for the Spartans with 1:50 to go in the quarter.
Huge play. Definitely was needed for ESM because when you don't score in at first half, it is very demoralizing. But when you have a pick like that, get some juices going for the ESM offense.
5-wide look for the Spartans. Licata dumps it off the Winans, and Winans gets past the 10-yard line.
Three wide receivers to the right, to the left.
Licata back to throw. That one's almost picked off. Just hits the turf beforehand off the hands of Tan and March. So it's now 3rd down on the 20-yard line here for the Spartans with 1:04 to go here in the second quarter. So a little bit of a quick game here from the Spartans before the half, trying to drive their way downfield to get some points up.
Momentum on ESM side after the pick. They got to continue that momentum with a 1st down here.
It's the handoff. The Winans on the option. Winans gets to the corner. Flag in the middle of the field. Brought down past the 20. If it's on Oneida, it will be enough for a first, but that flag was thrown past the line to gain. So play could go, actually penalty could go either ways here. As we look at our replay, Winans just doing a great job of bending the corner there momentarily. So the illegal block on the offense will prevent the 1st down, but it stays 3rd down. And another attempt as the ball is now pushed back is going to be pushed inside the 10-yard line.
That's sort of a theme of today, to be honest. A lot of plays that overall are explosive, get the game going for the other team, and a penalty marker comes out and completely changes it.
So Licata sets up on the shotgun, trips to the right. Winans in the backfield. Licata steps to throw. That one's deflected by Pebbles. Pebbles doing a great job there to jump the route. And it's now going to send the punting unit out on 4th down with 52.9 to go here in the 4th. Winans punt. That one's a liner. Received by Marsh. Marsh, middle of the field, brought down right around the 20. So with 44 seconds to go here in the 1st half, Oneida will get a scoring opportunity here as it's 20 yards to go to goal.
Overall, just good field placement in general. .44 seconds left on the clock. That is enough time for this Oneida offense to go down the field. But we obviously have to see how ESM's defense is going to react.
Five wide look for the Express. DeGroat. Pressure brought by Merritt. DeGroat downfield for French again. And Shep just doing a great job of sticking with French the entire way on that deep post. And it's now 38.5 seconds left on the game clock.
Definitely learned from the earlier play that caused the touchdown right there. Shep was pretty much one-to-one with the receiver there, making it extremely difficult for the wide receiver to get the ball.
DeGroat rolls left. Pressure brought by Barrett. Launches that one downfield again, and it's off the hands of Muhick. And it's going to be third down. Actually, curious. It's actually, I was mistaken. There's it's about a yard before the first down. I thought that on the return, it got to the 20-yard line, but it ended up not. So a first down will happen. First down is possible before it's first and goal, but 7 seconds on the play clock. DeGroat gets the snap off. Pressure brought by Pease. Did Pease get the sack off? But French caught it in traffic. He got the touchdown. This is going to be a close one here, and it's first down.
Honestly, just a close play over there. It definitely looked like Pease had it as the ball was going off.
As we look at the replays, Pease just does a great job, and DeGroat just doing a great job of getting the ball out of the hands.
And they're ruling it as a first down.
Looking at the replay, DeGroat just did a great job of that quick release to get the ball out of the hands and finding French in the middle of the field. So 5 wide look again for DeGroat. Rolling left. That's off the hands. Picked off. Pease picks it off.
She keeps going.
Pease negates the touchdown. So as we head into the halftime break, we will stay at 8-0 Oneida as Juliana Pease doing a great job of getting the ball off the deflection, right place at the right time.
Making up for the previously not given sack at that moment, automatically making a play, getting that interception. And now with 10 seconds left on the clock, you can either kneel it or honestly, you could throw it deep. See what you can do. See if you can get some lightning in a bottle right before the half.
And ESM will take the knee. We head into the halftime break with Oneida leading by 8. Second half action coming your way here on Spartan Sports Network.
That's the end of the first half. Your score, Oneida 8, ESM 0.
spot to kick back with friends or grab a bite with the family? Since 2010, Trappers 2 in Manoa has been the place to be. From awesome pizza to pub favorites, there's something for everyone. Got a party or special event? We got you inside, outside, or at the brand new sandbar on the patio. Plus, don't miss Thursday trivia, volleyball leagues, and more. We're proud to be called the Cheers of Syracuse. Come hang out at Trappers 2, where good times are always on the menu.
You know, I'm a person too.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah, yeah!
Looking for a spot to kick back with friends or grab a bite with the family? Since 2010, Trappers 2 in Manoa has been the place to be. From awesome pizza to pub favorites, there's something for everyone. Got a party or special event? We got you inside, outside, or at the brand new sandbar on the patio. Plus, don't miss Thursday trivia, volleyball leagues, and more. We're proud to be called the Cheers of Syracuse. Come hang out at Trappers 2, where good times are always on the menu.
24 minutes in the books with another 24 to go here at Spartan Stadium, with Oneida leading the Spartans by actually a score of 7-0. We were mistaken earlier. It was a 1-point attempt. We were initiated 2-point on the field, so some miscommunication leads both ways, but it's actually 7-0.
This has definitely been a game that has had a wide range of things that have been going on that have not involved much scoring.
So DeGros drops back the throw. Great job of feeling in the words. Just a great job of the feeling of the pocket, understanding the collapse, and DeGros just doing a great job of escaping and ended up pitching that one off to Marsh.
Bailey Rem getting the tackle there. Honestly, one of the biggest takeaways that you can get from the first half is the pressure that Oneida quarterback, I do not know her name. Nonetheless, she has definitely had a sense of the pressure and has been able to get the ball quickly out.
6 seconds here on the play clock. DeGros under center. Actually cracks it in the shotgun, bobbles this handoff, and just gets that one out to the flat. That is Gallagher in the flat. So Merritt brings the pressure, and a great job by DeGros to just get the ball out of the hands quickly. She's been doing that very well today.
Huge compliment we can give ESM right now is their defense has held this extreme high-scoring team to only seven points in 24 minutes. That is insane to think about.
Box look this time, but this time it's set up on the near side right. DeGros got the play off. DeGros got the pass off, but it looked like Pease had ripped the flag long before the pass.
Looking at the replay currently,
actually,
that is not a replay.
That is our near side camera.
That is a near side camera.
There we go. But it's just a great, just the play setup was very good. Once again, the box look, but this time reversing it to the near side of the field instead of the far side. So it's going to be a 5-wide look here for Oneida. DeGros gets everybody lined up on the line of scrimmage. Merritt brings the pressure. DeGros looking left. Pass high, intended for French.
She's definitely been under a lot of pressure today by ESM's D-line, including Merritt, Pease, and Rem as well. Penalty on Oneida pushes them back.
So once again, an illegal block attempt call on the field. This time it's a duo's look. Now it's a trips look on the near side.
Looks like a previous play they've ran.
4 on the play clock. DeGros goes left. Flag thrown. Pitch. Oh my gosh.
That is just a great handle of the ball right there.
Just talk about being able to just make sure you don't lose that. And then it's the penalty yardage. But a great job by Marsh. Actually, that's Colias, actually. It's like the helmet catch. Antonio Brown in the corner of the end zone against Carolina years ago. Just
holding it right there.
Just pinned it up against her head and ran, but we are getting a flag on the play. Once again, this goes against Oneida, so back-to-back plays that have resulted in penalties for the Express.
Honestly, that's just a takeaway of the game right there. Make a play, make an interesting play, penalty brings it back. Some sloppy football has been going on, but hopefully penalties start to clean up on both sides of things.
Stack set on the near side. DeGroat rolls left. Middle of the field pass is caught by Perez. So it's going to be 3rd down right outside the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 10 yards to go here for Oneida as we look back at the replay. Different look from the Express here. It was a stacked look. As they run it, they just reverse it. So it's trips to the right, Stack on the left. DeGroat downfield off the hands of Colias.
If Marcus was a little bit farther away, that could have been her 2nd pick of the day.
So that will force the Oneida punting unit to come out on the field, and the Spartans have once again forced a punt, and the Spartans will head back on offense once again.
That is a good.
And that one's going to land inside the 30, bounces back inside. So ESM will start right outside the 35-yard line.
ESM's offense, first half, wasn't really going. They had that beginning where they had that at least 4-minute long drive that didn't end up having anything. But ESM's offense definitely needs to start making some moves currently.
So it's a jumbo stack look with the tailback being Winans. Direct on the QB draw for Licata. Licata, middle of the field. Licata's brought down outside, actually past the 35-yard line, outside the 30-yard line. So it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Spartans as Gianna Licata gets a huge gain to start off the second half.
Three wide receivers to the right, one to the left.
Go, G!
And Licata is going to be brought down outside the 35, so a gain of 2 on the play.
For a second, I couldn't really tell where the flag was.
Yeah, I didn't see it pulled. Yep, didn't see it pulled either.
For a second, I thought a timeout was called, but clearly was not.
So Licata lines up in the shotgun. Winans in the backfield. Once again, now a jumble set look at the line of scrimmage. Licata, direct handoff, pitch, flag, and it most likely will be an illegal block attempt.
Three quarterback runs just in this drive alone.
That time, bit of an option.
The last one, yeah, obviously, was an option in the end.
Actually, this penalty is going against Oneida. And it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Spartans.
It's definitely a costly penalty.
So a scoring opportunity here for ESM.
Definitely is probably the farthest they've been since the beginning of the first quarter.
So back to the triple option look. Licata actually gives it to Marcus, and a great tackle on the play by Gianna Higgins.
It's all about precision. Right there you can see it. Maddie cut the edge. Well, cut inside, not cut to the edge. Cut inside, and the defender was able to still grab the flag there.
Winans with it on the handoff. Winans bends the corner just a little bit. Gets positive yardage inside the 10-yard line, or actually marked down at the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 yards to go here for the Spartans.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pass play right here.
Licata does drop back to throw. Just out of the hands off the side.
Just a little too low.
So it's going to be 4th down and goal from the 10-yard line, actually. From the 11, I believe is where it's spotted.
You could see Oneida's defense currently one single high safety.
And we're going to get a timeout on the field. Coach Keyser wants to talk about his 4th down play.
Timeout,
and with
ESM.
4:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Oneida leads by 7. Back out of the timeout break. Spartans currently trailing by 7. 11 yards to go before the goal line. And it's 4th down. Trips to the right for Licata. Drops back to throw. Gets the pass off quick. It's a ladder pass. Winans middle of the field. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, and it's a great stop by the Express defense to keep the Spartans out of the end zone on the ladder play. And Oneida stays up by 7.
That's just sort of heartbreaking. I'm gonna be so honest. You have that pass. You can clearly see it's good effort. This is definitely, you could definitely tell when Bailey catches it, hands it back. They had the room. They were almost able to go up there and get it. It was just a little too late. It was about 2 yards off.
DeGroot sits in the shotgun with Marsh as the tailback. Marsh with the handoff. Marsh to the corner. Marsh with some room, and it's going to be Winans that will get credited for the tackle, but it's enough for a 1st down. Oneida gets right back to the line. Marsh goes directly behind the group with trips to the right. Hand off to Marsh.
Ooh.
Marsh gets through 2 ESM defenders. Flag on the play. Marsh.
Might be a flag on
Boulders
ESM
their way
there.
down to the ground inside, or actually around the 35-yard line. But this might be an illegal block attempt on Oneida. So it'll be 2nd down after the Oneida penalty with 3:38 to go here at Spartan Stadium in the 3rd quarter. We've yet to see points here in the 2nd half. Oneida scored 7 late to end the 1st half. Trips to the right for DeGroot. Rolls left. DeGroot, middle of the field, is brought down by Eternity.
Just a good play by the defense right there. ESM's defense has definitely been keeping them in this game.
Marsh moves to the left side, actually now to the line of scrimmage in the slot. DeGroot rolls right, looking right, middle of the field. Pass intended for Pebbles, but is off the hands. It will be 4th down for Oneida, as they will be forced to punt, and the Spartans get a huge stop defensively to get the ball back to the offense.
Definitely hugely needed. Time is starting to run out. And quite frankly, the third quarter is almost to an end, and ESM has to go down and score points. It is not a, oh, they should, they have to keep this game alive.
Liner, recovered by Pease. And Pease called for the fair catch. So the Spartans will start the offensive possession behind the midfield marker, and they will start, possession time will start at 1:59.
Now Tanner, under 2 minutes left in the third quarter, down 7 points. What would you do if you were the ESM offense?
I wouldn't force it. I would put a really good last drive together as Licata lines up in the shotgun with a bunch look. They started the previous drive out in this look a lot, and if you look at it, it's a reverse, and Marcus can't hold on to the ball off the handoff. If you think about it right there, it's a great look. You bunch everybody at the line, have forced Oneida to play back, and now you go with that reverse handoff where you go with the zone or you go with the QB draw out of it. You're going to get yardage. At this point, you want to just put a drive together. You want plays. You don't want 4 plays. You just want plays, and you want more than 4. And a good start will be getting past the 40-yard line. Licata in the triple option look, fakes it, gives it to Winans. Winans,
she keeps
going.
her
way through, gets past the 40-yard line. It's going to be an ESM first down. It gets to around the 30 before the flag is pulled.
Just a great play by Winans right there, still having contact from the Oneida defense, but is able to shed some possible pulled flags and keeps this drive going, and is doing exactly as you said, Tanner, making sure that it isn't just 4 plays.
Triple option look again for the Spartans. Licata, Winans, middle of the field with some space, but brought down by Marsh. Under 30 to go here in the quarter. Spartans with 2nd down. And about 10 yards to go before a first down. Shotgun for Licata. QB draw. Licata, middle of the field, flag thrown.
Oh.
And that will force the clock to stop at 7. And the illegal block will go on the Spartans and push them back. So this forces the Spartans back right outside the 30-yard line. So it'll be about 13 yards to go before a fresh set of downs, but that will do it after 3 quarters of play. Oneida leads the Spartans 7-0. Fourth quarter coming up on the other side.
7, ESM 0.
on the offense. It'll be second down once again. So really good play to open up the corner, negated by the penalty yard. Spartans looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time today. Triple option look once again on second down. And Winans bobbled the handoff. And it's going to be third down at midfield.
Mistakes like that are going to make these sorts of drives extremely difficult. It's third down. You have to get about 20 yards currently. And now time's starting to run out. Right.
Licata, empty backfield on third down, 5 wide. Licata back to throw, dump off. Winans, middle of the field. Flag pulled right outside, right before the 30-yard line. It'll be fourth down and about 13 yards to go for a fresh set of downs for the Spartans. And that will send the punting unit out onto the field for Coach Keyser.
Definitely not. Seems like there's a little confusion at special teams currently.
Winans, the little chip shot. It's going to land before the 20.
Oh.
And marked down at the 20. So first down with 10:19 to go here at Spartan Stadium. Oneida looking to get more points up on the board as they currently are ahead by 7.
Now it's up to ESM's defense. ESM's defense have been doing a pretty good job overall. They did have the score earlier on in the first half. But at the same time, they are doing a pretty good job at containing Oneida.
2 tailbacks for DeGroat. DeGroat fakes it, and it ball ends up hitting the turf before Pebbles could corral it. Same offensive set here for DeGroat. DeGroat looking downfield, intended for French, but Shep ends up cutting off the route.
Pretty good coverage by Shep right there.
It forced DeGroat to end up throwing behind French. Shep forced French to actually cut the route in the middle of the field towards Muhick, the safety. DeGroat drops back to throw, looks left. DeGroat, middle of the field, just over the head of French, and a flag on the play, as that was in the backfield.
Okay.
So far, here in the first 3 minutes of the quarter, penalties have has hurt the Spartans, as it's a roughing the passer call.
Definitely one that deflates the team.
DeGroat, middle of the field for French. French in stride. And Marcus doing a great job of pulling the flag past midfield, preventing it from becoming a bigger game than what it was.
Just a good pass overall right there. It was very precise. Pretty much just an opening in the coverage at that moment.
DeGroat's has done a great job so far today of staying patient and staying in the pocket. French again in stride on the same play. And this time Winans brings down French. So it's an illegal blocking technique on Oneida, negating the big play by French.
Definitely has been a penalty that has came up a lot during this game.
DeGroat in the shotgun. Looking left. Deep ball on the wheel route. Pebbles inside! Kaylee Pebbles with the gets close to the line of the cane. And a flag thrown in the backfield again. Roughing the passer on Eternity again. Tacks another 10 yards onto the big play by Pebbles. And it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Express.
Just a great pass by DeGroat right there to Pebbles. And honestly, these roughing the passer calls, 2 in this exact drive, have really impacted this game. And just like this, they are closer. Oneida is closer to scoring their second touchdown.
Same offensive set for Oneida here. They've kind of stuck with it this drive with the 2 tailbacks and the duo to the left. DeGroat drops back to throw, dumps it off Pebbles. Pebbles middle of the field. Pebbles brought down by Winans at around the 10-yard line.
Huge thing right now is just for ESM's defense to hold on for just a little bit longer. If they are able to hold on for 3 more plays and are able to get a turnover or a loss of downs, this can definitely still be a game that is 1 score and extremely easy. Well, not extremely easy.
But DeGroat, middle of the field, intended for French. And Eternity doing a great job in pass coverage to deflect that one. Third down and goal to go for the Express. Currently ahead by 7, looking to put more points up here, up on the board. They did so. Their first points came off a French touchdown late in the first quarter. 2 tailbacks for DeGroat, looking back to throw, has Pebbles downfield. Pebbles catches it, and it's a touchdown for the Express off the deep ball to Emmeline Pebbles.
Just a great pass. Once again, DeGroat has been having a day currently. 2 passing touchdowns today. Honestly, it was just a perfect ball if you really look at it on the replay. And it throws it up.
And it's also a great concept because they've used this formation a lot this drive with the 2 tailbacks and then having the duo on the left side. And the duo kind of running the same route where you have the post to the hashes in the middle of the field and then the wheel route, and just a great job of finding the scheme look. DeGroat on the PAT. It is good this time. Emmeline Pebbles does it on both sides. Does it for both points. And it's now 14-0 Express.
One thing I'd like to just mention real quick after this drive, DeGroat has number 42 as her jersey, which is definitely not a normal number for quarterbacks, but quite frankly, it doesn't matter because she is having a really good day overall. I just thought it was pretty interesting. You don't normally see 42 as a quarterback that much anymore, at least.
Licata sets up in the shotgun. Trios to the left. Winans handoff. Winans brought down right before the 20-yard line.
Definitely a short little run from Winans. She's definitely trying to get that sort of acceleration early, try and get past the defenders, but it hasn't been working that well currently.
Licata sets up in the shotgun again, trips onto the near side of the field, 9 on the play clock. It's a handoff to Winans. Winans, the spin move wasn't fast enough and is brought down for a loss of a few yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Now, ESM is definitely running out of time. If you want to keep this a game, you got to go down and score. And quite frankly, there has to be a sort of change currently.
Trips to the right once again for Licata, sitting in the shotgun. Licata bobbles the handoff. Licata picked it up. Licata has not been brought down yet.
Still going.
And was still going. It is enough for the first down.
Great recognizability from Licata. Not only when the bobbled up handoff happened, instead of just having it fall, she was able to pick it up and, quite frankly, got the first down that's needed, and now ESM is able to continue this drive.
Same set, trips to the right. Winans the tailback for Licata. This time Winans bounces it up to the far side. Winans is brought down. Once again, Oneida doing a great job tackling, preventing the big gains for the Spartans on the ground. That is, according to my roster, that is either Kendall Bender on the tackle or Naila Orcutt on the tackle. I have 299s on the roster, so it could be one of the two, but a great play nonetheless, as we're now heading to the 4-minute mark here at the stadium. Play clock at 4. Licata in the shotgun. Spartans trailing by 14. Pressure brought. Licata gets the wobbler up there. That one ends up hitting the ground. Pass intended for...
Looks like Sophie Backus.
Timeout, ESM.
Coach Keyser will take a timeout to call it over. 3:21 here left in the fourth quarter. .321 here to go in the fourth quarter. Oneida leading the Spartans 14-0. Licata in the shotgun on third down. Have to get to midfield. Licata, deep ball. Ram! Deflected by Kaylee French.
It was a good chance to go down there.
We have a conversation between the referees here on the play, but I don't see a flag.
There's a flag behind the referee, from what I can see, behind the white referee. There looks to be one as they're discussing it.
All right, after the penalty, first down for the Spartans at the midfield line. Marcus on the handoff. Marcus bends the corner. Marcus, flags thrown again.
Today, it's a Friday night. Things are getting a little loopy. It's as simple as that.
It's been a long school week for everybody, and it came from the secondary, so could be holding on the defense.
Could be a block.
An illegal block attempt. And it's going to be a penalty on the offense. So that pushes the Spartans back past midfield, and they have to get to the 20-yard line for a fresh set of downs with 2:56 to go here in the fourth. It's a handoff. This time Eternity gets past midfield. Flag thrown once again in the secondary.
It was a great overall rush, but we'll see what happens because of the penalty.
.229 here to go in the fourth. After the penalty once again on ESM, it drives them further back into their own territory, trailing by 14. Triple option look here with Winans and Eternity in the backfield. It's a handoff to Eternity. Eternity tries to bending the corner.
She
does
keeps
bend
going.
the corner and is brought down right outside the 30-yard line.
And it looks like there aren't any flags.
Ace Eternity on the great run at the 2-minute warning. Oneida leading the Spartans by 14.
That is the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the game.
Two running backs in the backfield.
It's the option look again. Handoff. Takes by Licata. Licata on the draw. Brought down outside. Licata's brought down right at the 30-yard line. So 10 yards to go on third down for a fresh set of downs with under at the minute 37 mark.
Honestly, perfectly honest, there needs to be a miracle for ESM to tie this game up. They need to score really quickly, get the ball back.
7 on the play clock. Licata takes it again, pitches it off the Winans. Great use of the pitch by Licata to get right to the within inches of the first down marker. It is spotted on the line. We're going to get... We'll be back with you out of this moment. Oh. Correction. It's going to be fourth down. We're now under a minute to go. We apologize for that break. 53 seconds to go here at the stadium. Eternity in motion. Licata in the shotgun with Winans as the tailback. Hand off the Winans. Winans gets the first down. Winans got to the boundary. It's enough for a first, but the clock will stop because of the first down and the reset of the chains.
Tanner, you could score 2 touchdowns in 30 seconds, right?
Not with these rules. Not with the rules, sadly. Licata direct on the QB draw, pitches it off the Winans, and Pebbles gets the tackle as we are now at the 10-second mark. And that will do it. For executive producer Todd Durantine and our fabulous crew here at Spartan Sports Network. For Trevor McDonald, I'm Tanner Jace, saying so long from Spartan Stadium. Your final, Oneida 14, ESN 0.
Thank you very much for coming out this evening. Drive safe on your way home and have a fabulous weekend.